It's a great pleasure for me to be with you once again, dear viewers of Burundi National TV. It's time for English News edition. On the presentation, you are alongside I, Evariste Nyunguru. Top stories first. The head of state, Evariste Ndayishimiye, has called on the administrator of Muramvya Commune to lead by example in development initiatives while urging citizens to remain actively engaged in order to achieve genuine progress. He made these remarks on Tuesday during the official presentation ceremony of the new communal administrator Elike Nkurunziza to the local population. All senior and high-ranking officials of the Prime Minister's office have since this Tuesday been attending a two-day workshop aimed at strengthening their capacities in coordinating, monitoring, supervising and evaluating government action. The workshop is being led by the Prime Minister himself, Nestor Ntahantuyeye, with the support experts from the various departments and the units within the Prime Minister's office. Welcome again in details. The head of state, Evariste Ndayishimiye, has called on the administrator of Muramvya Commune to lead by example in development initiatives while urging citizens to remain actively engaged in order to achieve genuine progress. He made these remarks on this Tuesday during the official presentation ceremony of the new communal administrator Elike Nkurunziza to the local population. The event took place at the football field located in the administrative center of Muramvya Commune. Other said so far in top stories, all senior and high-ranking officials of the Prime Minister's office have since this Tuesday been attending a two-day workshop aimed at strengthening their capacities in coordinating and monitoring, supervising and evaluating government action. The workshop is being led by the Prime Minister himself, Nestor Ntahantuyeye, with the support of experts from the various departments and the units within the Prime Minister's office. Gordia Gato details.
Paragraph 1 of Article 9 establishing the office of the Prime Minister states, I quote, "The Prime Minister's office ensures the impetus, programming, coordination, control and evaluation of government action and of court." It is within this framework, according to Prime Minister Nestor Ntahantuyeye, that the office of the Prime Minister must put this legal provision into practice. This means, according to the head of government, that the heads of offices and departments within the Prime Minister's office must fully understand the missions and organizational structure of the institution, especially since most of them are new in their positions. They must therefore share a common vision and have a unified roadmap, each in their respective areas, in order to move together toward the vision of an emerging Burundi by 2040 and a developed country by 2060, as stated by the Prime Minister in his opening speech at the workshop. The heads of departments within the Prime Minister's office, in collaboration with various ministries, were urged to master the legal framework, the strategic planning of their ministries, the operational planning, and above all, to strengthen collaboration within program managers at the ministerial level.
This Tuesday, the Peace Torch kept on its journey through various communes of Burundi, passing through the communes of Isare and Nhangwa in the Bujumbura province. In each of these communes, local leaders were called upon to be exemplary role models for the people they serve. Let's now move to Gitega. Newly appointed leaders in the Gitega province have been urged to serve their communities with dedication and integrity, as well-governed citizens are more likely to engage actively in development initiatives. They were also advised to beware of opportunists, surrenderers, and those who see problems in everything, as such individuals can hinder progress. This guidance was delivered on Monday in Gitega, the political capital city of the country, during the workshop organized by the ruling party CNDD-FDD and the International Christian Ministry in the framework of Global Summit Program. Gorde Gato once more.
During the opening of a training workshop in Gitega, the provincial secretary of the CNDD-FDD party, George Nshimirimana, reminded the newly elected authorities of their duty to be a light for the people, in line with the theme of the Flame of Peace that recently passed through the province. He urged them to guide the citizens toward the nation's desired future and to make meeting the needs of their communities their top priority. Organized by the International Christian Ministries in collaboration with the CNDD-FDD, the workshop aimed to strengthen the leadership capacity of local officials. The organization's president, Isaie Nshimirimana, highlighted the crucial role of leadership in a country's development, citing international examples of leaders whose governance has led to remarkable progress. Key lessons from the workshop included the importance of having a clear vision, the ability to innovate, sound decision-making, and a spirit of selfless service. Participants were also encouraged to create an environment conducive to investment in their respective communities. Closing the session, Emery Landry Nyandwi, the party's national secretary in charge of ideology, urged participants to avoid negative influences and remain focused on their responsibilities. He advised them to be wary of hypocritical, pessimistic, and opportunistic friends who might hinder their mission. Among the attendees were Gitegi's governor, Ribuare Bigirimana, communal administrators, the governor's advisors, members of parliament, representatives from the security and justice sectors, as well as delegates from international Christian ministries.
Let's now move just from Gitega to Burunga, talking about education field. While the Nyabigina Technical School, located in Nyabigina in Makamba Commune, Burunga Province, was recently devastated by the fire that reduced the students' dormitory to ashes. The Minister of Education, Francois Habyarimana, personally visited the site this Monday as a gesture of solidarity and compassion toward the affected students. On this occasion, he provided them with assistance consisting notably of mattresses, copybooks, and various essential school supplies to enable them to continue their studies under more dignified conditions. Report by Jackson Irakoze.
This aid consisted of 3,000 notebooks, 60 mattresses, sports balls, and other school supplies. During the donation ceremony, the Minister of Education, Francois Habyarimana, expressed his gratitude to the students for the spirit of solidarity and passion during the order of having chosen to remain at school despite the challenges. He also thanked the local authorities for promptly reporting the incident so that a lasting solution could be found as quickly as possible. As the students were unable to save any of their belongings, the minister, also in charge of scientific research, called for broader support from parents and even from the religious community to which the school is affiliated in order to allow school activities to continue as normal. The school was ravaged by a fire of unknown origin on October 11th of this year. The Minister of National Education and Scientific Research requested that an investigation be conducted to determine the cause. He also warned the students against negligence, emphasizing that the fire may have been caused by careless behavior. He urged them not to handle electrical cables in the dormitories without proper knowledge. It should be noted that a total of 120 students lost their belongings in the fire.
Each year on October 15, Burundi joins the rest of the world in celebrating the International Day of Rural Women. In a statement delivered by the Minister in charge of Gender, Artemon Katihabga, it was announced that the official ceremonies to mark this day will take place on October 30 this year in Bujumbura Province, in Gwibaga Commune, Mukike Zone. This Tuesday, the Ministry of Finance, Budget and Digital Economy organized a workshop in Gitega about sensitization emergency telecommunications in Gitega. Participants included representatives from various ministries and from National Platform for Risk Prevention and Disaster Management. In her opening remarks, Francina Inarukundo, the permanent secretary at the ministry, stated that the government of Burundi's 2040-2060 vision places information and communication technologies at the heart of the country transformation and its resilience-building efforts in the face of crisis. She further emphasized that the development of emergency telecommunication is a key pillar of this strategy. Talking about hygiene now, in certain neighborhoods of Bujumbura City, proper hygiene in sanitation facilities is well maintained, while in others the situation remains inadequate. The underlying cause is the shortage of water supplied by Regideso. School principals are calling Regideso to ensure city water supply to help to combat cholera and other diseases linked to poor hygiene. Joseph Ndajambo.
At the Lycée du Lac Tanganyika Basic School, latrines are available in sufficient numbers. According to Donatien Nimhagarite, the head of studies, water is always available at the school, which makes it possible to maintain cleanliness. At Igasenyi 1 Basic School, located in Hahangwa Municipality, latrines are also sufficient and drinking water is available. In addition to taps, hand-washing facilities have been installed in front of the classrooms. Furthermore, a water storage tank is in place to be used in case of water supply interruptions from Regideso. The headmaster of Uvugasenyi Fundamental School, Women Adomaides, highlights that they encourage pupils to wash their hands properly with the soap and water before entering the classrooms to prevent cholera and other poor hygiene-related diseases. However, at Kamenge 3 Basic School, the hygiene conditions are poor as latrines are insufficient, as explained by the responsible for the school. The number of latrines is insufficient compared to the number of pupils. She also mentioned that due to the shortage of clean water, maintaining hygiene in the latrines is nearly impossible. Since cholera has been reported in Bujumbura Province, hygiene in schools must be a priority, especially since pupils come from different parts of the city in order to prevent from this pandemic and its spread.
Talking always about hygiene, in certain neighborhoods of Bujumbura City, cases of cholera have been reported. In response to this situation, the governor of Bujumbura, Aloise Ndai Kengurukiye, has issued a series of measures aimed at preventing the spread of this disease. However, a visit by the national television to some of the affected areas revealed that these measures are not being respected by everyone. Jivanda Shimie for more.
At the various entrances of the Musaga Zone Market, buckets filled with clean water have been placed so that people can wash their hands before entering. This is one of the measures taken to fight against the spread of the cholera epidemic. Federique Sabiraguha, president of the Musaga Zone Market Traders, said that buckets are placed at all entrances and that awareness campaigns on hand washing are being conducted among those who frequent the market to protect themselves from cholera and other hygiene-related diseases. In the shops and the kiosks around the market, it was observed that many traders also have buckets filled with clean water, although some still do not. Restaurants located near the market also have water buckets for hand washing. In the Kanyosha zone, churches and schools have buckets of water available, but not all kiosks are equipped with them. In the Kamenge zone, residents have also responded to the call. In various restaurants and kiosk, buckets with clean water can be found. Estera Shimirimana, one of the restaurant owners, said she complies with hygiene measures by providing her customers with soap and clean water to wash their hands. However, not everyone is yet respecting these rules. Another measure taken is the prohibition of street vending of cooked food or displaying it along roadsides. But it has been observed that in all these zones, this measure is still not being followed. Likewise, the recommendation to avoid shaking hands is not always respected, especially the city of Bujumbura.
In the recent days, authorities had instructed those conducting business in the city center of Bujumbura to lay paving stones in front of their buildings, while some places where this was done still look neat and well maintained. There are others where the paving stones have already deteriorated and have not been repaired. Marius Mohigwe.
As authorities had announced some time ago, paving stones have been laid in front of several establishments in the city of Bujumbura, in areas where business activities are usually carried out with the aim of promoting hygiene and beautifying the surroundings of workplaces. This initiative has indeed been implemented in several locations, and the areas concerned now have a better appearance. Meanwhile, the initiative has not been pursued everywhere, and in some places, while paving stones were installed, they are already beginning to deteriorate. Some citizens we interviewed through their declined to speak on record mentioned that certain companies such as Regideso carry out works in these places but not restore the sites afterwards. A shopkeeper at Gallery Hakizimana stated that those who are awarded the contracts to lay paving stones should do professionally. According to him, paving in front of businesses' premises is a good thing because it helps beautifying the city. Although the project is a positive one, it needs to be strengthened to ensure that the various areas are not only protected but also properly maintained.
Until here, we have nothing more, but thank you for watching. I, Evariste Nyunguru, was on the presentation. Stay blessed.